Is that who drove you here?
Who are you?
Is that who drove you here?
Who are you?
Seriously, you need to identify yourself, Karen, because as far as I'm concerned, you're a thug off the street who is harassing a disabled veteran. Hello, everybody. How are you doing on this fine Wednesday? I am doing quite well. It is 6:31 a.m. As you can see, it's still dark outside, and I woke up early to try and get a few videos recorded, but I'm not really setting myself up for success because of the first video I chose to respond to today. I had a fuzz in my mouth. All right. So y'all asked, I'm answering. Today, we're going to be reacting to a Blind Justice video. So if you're not familiar with Blind Justice, let's see if they have like a channel bio. No, I'm not totally familiar with this person either. I do know a few things. I don't know his name. Hopefully I'll learn it throughout watching this video. But I do know that this incident took place in North Carolina. So I'll show y'all his channel. So this is his channel, and there's a lot of videos here, and the videos go back for years. So if I sort it by when they were posted, see, it's a lot of videos to get through. I also don't know if some of these are like auditing and cop watching videos, or if they're all having to do with the same incident. But as you can see, okay, here's an introduction. Should I just watch that? Let me see. Okay, this actually says introduction. So this wasn't my plan, but I'm going to actually watch this introduction. What my plan was because I didn't know like where to really start on this channel. This veteran, I need to learn his name too. He just posted a video, as you can see from the scroll down below. He just posted a video like 3 or 4 days ago that's entitled something like VA counselor steals veterans prosthetic eyes or something like that. And so I was just going to react to that one first. But now I see there's an introduction to the channel. So I'm going to watch that. Let's react to that too. Okay, this video was posted May 27th, 2018. It's about 6.5 minutes long. So let's watch that together. We'll see if we can have a better understanding of what this channel is, and we'll learn all about it together. My main issue is that I don't really know where to start. There's a few channels on this. There's a few videos on this channel that have hundreds of thousands of views, and any one of them could be like the one. Maybe I just have to watch every single video, and y'all know that's going to end up taking time. So let me just see, what is the introduction?
Hello, welcome to the Blind Justice YouTube page.
Thank you.
Just wanted to speak on kind of the background, like of the name, Blind Justice, to kind of give everybody a little, more why we picked this name. Like first off, I'm visually impaired, so mostly blind. So there's that aspect, and I believe in justice, and the term justice can mean fairness or equality or equanimity. So I definitely believe in equanimity and equality.
Don't be scared to look a word up, y'all. Okay. It means mental calmness, composure, and evenness of temper, especially in a difficult situation. Girl, I do not have equanimity. I don't have it. It's not something that I have. Sorry. I believe in it. I would like to work toward it. That's why I go on all my little retreats and do my little breathings and do all that stuff, because this is my goal. But I'm not scared to admit when I don't know what a word means. Equanimity sounds like a great goal.
For all people, regardless of any form of classification or stratification or grouping that other people, including people themselves, try to put themselves in, or other people put other people in. Doesn't matter. Like equality for everyone. But one of the interesting things about, or beautiful things I should say, about being blind is not having some of the obstacles that many other people have when it comes to.
So I'm not really familiar with like the proper terminology and stuff. Like, is it offensive to refer to someone as blind? Like he seems to have referred to himself as blind, because I don't want us to be sitting here saying like blind veteran, and then that's not what you're supposed to call people. Is it visually impaired? Should I change my banner? Y'all let me know. I'm trying my best. Like I don't know. This is my first, try and stuff. I want to be respectful.
Seeing other people or interacting with other people. The old phrase, don't judge a book by its cover, right? And people tend to do that with other people.
I definitely do. I could get better at that.
There are a lot of judgments and biases passed or shared just off of initial encounter or initial visual encounter, right? Initial glance or first impressions from visual perceptions. And I don't have those obstacles anymore.
So this video is almost 5 years old. So a lot has happened since this video, it seems.
So I can't see if a person is dressed in a suit or has ratty clothes or has unkempt hair or...
Well, I'll let you in on this one. I have unkempt hair. I sure do. It's very rarely brushed.
So it really affords me the opportunity to approach everybody with equanimity, with equality, with a sense of wonder and kind of enjoyment to get to experience another human being and share in conversation and get to know another person through the way that they want to present themselves to me. They want to engage in dialogue and share their thoughts or their beliefs or any words that they may have. So there's that aspect, but then the aspect of justice, if you think of the statue Lady Justice, she has the blindfold on, right? And she's holding the scales of justice.
I got her back there.
So, the reason why she's holding a blindfold is to symbolize justice is impartial. So it doesn't matter what group you're affiliated with or what you look like or any of that.
Okay. All right. This is literally just my first reaction here. It seems like some really horrible things have happened since he recorded this video that now we're very upset about. Because this video only has 3,000 views and it's his first video on the channel. But then as I'm scrolling through the channel, there seems to be a few vlogs. And then where does it start? So did he just start as an auditor / cop watcher? Did he just start as someone who goes and tests accessibility and sees how accessible things are, and then he had a horrible experience? There's just so many videos. I don't know where to start, but at some point the videos, okay, the first video I see that's a lot of views is one has 180,000 and it says government employees can't control their emotions, which neither can I. Oh, are there playlists? This is literally my first reaction. I was going to react to them stealing his prosthetic eyes, which I still will do, but I need some help understanding how we got from this video I'm watching right here to where we are today.
There's the impartiality. The scales, if we look at the scales of justice, right, we have the balancing scale, so a left and a right. And so this idea of justice being a punitive system is you have two parties, party A and party B, right? And if party A injures party B, then party B is brought down. And so the scales are unbalanced, right? So a punitive system of justice says, to balance the scales, we need to injure party A. So now let's balance the scales.
Yes. So, okay, got it. So what he's describing is our punitive system of justice versus other options. Another option often mentioned here would be the restorative system of justice, where you would, instead of harming the original party who harmed, you would instead focus on the person who is harmed and try and restore them back to what they were before. There are other systems of justice, but those two are often compared.
One person's injured, we got to injure another party, and we continue the cycle until humanity is in a downward destructive state.
Okay, it seems like he started this channel and then chaos ensued and tyranny ensued. It looks like it may have something to do with this video that has 467,000 views. This one right here, blind man denied access to public building because of his, I think it's assistive device. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is still the same thing that I was going to do, which this video is going to be long because I've already been recording for 17 minutes. But I feel like this whole saga is going to end up being long because it looks like there's a lot to get through. So if y'all could point me in the direction of even which one of these playlists, is it Rockingham County? Is it Guilford County? Is it both? Y'all point me in the direction of where I need to look just to kind of organize this like investigation here. Okay, so let me bring y'all back to his channel. So this is the channel, and what I am going to do is still the same thing I was planning on doing originally, and it's reacting to this video right here. VA vet counselor steals man's prosthetic eyes. So this was 4 days ago, and then it says in the description, if you would like to redress your grievances, please do so peacefully. The blind veteran visited the vet center located in District 2 on March 7th, 2023. What's today? Today's the 15th. So this was about a week ago. September Sims is the counselor who stole the blind veteran's prosthetic eyes. Okay. And then he says, it was brought to my attention that I had incorrect info in the description for the supervisor. I now have corrected it. I took great care not to disclose the specific location of this particular vet center in attempts to safeguard the privacy of veterans that frequent that location for services. Miss Sims was supposedly acting as interim director. So by calling the local branch to complain about her behavior, you would only reach Sims herself. The contact information I put in the description is to her supervisors, and they are aware of the situation and should be able to accept and process any complaints. Please keep it peaceful. And remember, we do not support or condone threats of violence. And that goes for this channel too. I do not support it or condone it in general, but also even if I did, the crap would get blamed on me. So I'm really not trying to have stuff blamed on me that I didn't even do. Okay, without further ado, 20 minutes into this recording, let's get into reacting to this video. I did see about 2 minutes of the video, and then I was like, I'm going to get so mad. Let me just record the reaction, and we can all work it out together.
Thanks.
Did you just grab my equipment?
This is
I am
no,
the
the
law
facts.
enforcement officer,
The facts
and
are
I am
important.
doing my job.
Hold
I
on,
need
let's get
you
the
to
facts straight.
allow
Let's get the facts straight.
No.
Let's get the facts straight.
No.
No.
Yeah, that one shocked me too. She said no.
Vet Center, this is Aislinn.
Yeah, just a vet center, and
Yes.
yeah, I just heard about you guys today. Can you tell me what you guys do or what you have available for veterans?
Yeah, so here at the Vet Center, we provide mental health counseling to veterans as well as some active duty and their family members. So all that someone would need to do to engage in services here is bring a copy of your DD-214 or some other proof of service, and then you'd be eligible to do an intake and get started with services if that's something you're interested in.
Okay, so it sounds like this is a phone call between this woman and, quote, the blind veteran that is described in the description box. Seems like he's calling a veterans counseling center that is put on and administered by the VA, and he's asking about services.
Is it just walk in? You just walk in with that?
So yeah, so you can walk in with that stuff any day, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. There's somebody up front that can process your information. And when you come in, you'll fill out just a demographic paper, and then also do a short risk assessment. And then we'll be able at that point to schedule your first intake appointment.
Those risk assessments freak me out because I understand why they need to get them and all that. But a lot of times if your risk is too high or something, they will cart you right on down into a 5150 or whatever.
Do you guys have VA police on site?
Sounds like he had the same thought as me. When I hear risk assessment, all I can imagine is the hours of body camera footage that I've watched of people trying to get services and trying to get help and then them carted off in handcuffs by law enforcement. So I don't know if that's what he was thinking, but that was his next question. Is there police there?
No, we don't have VA police on site here. We do have security, but not VA police.
Is it part of the practice to being admitted to a facility?
That's an option for folks who are, in an acute phase.
Because this is the reason why I do focus on conservatorships and guardianships. A lot of people don't understand why I look at celebrity cases, but the reason I look at celebrity cases and high profile cases is because you can see every aspect of the case happens there. The media gets involved, the courts, the police, everyone gets involved, and it allows us to shine a bright light on how they take our freedoms and take our property. And I focus on conservatorships because it is a way to bypass due due process and to bypass equal protection and steal people's freedoms. Now, I've never watched one of these videos on blind justice before. I don't know what his thoughts are. I don't know what his feelings are. But for me, I'm thinking through the same exact questions that he's asking. Are there going to be police there? Is part of the process taking my freedom and making me go 48 to 72 hours in a hospital or in an asylum or in a place where I'm not going to be able to leave? He's asking questions that I also would be wondering, especially to people who are not celebrities. This happens to a lot because they don't often have YouTube channels with 30 or 60,000 subscribers. They don't often have a lot of way to redress their grievances other than maybe making a call after it's all over. I don't know why he's asking that, but if I was in this situation, they are questions that I would also be wondering, because I would be afraid that they may try to steal my freedom if I so much as tried to seek out services
of psychiatric need. So, I mean, and anybody can go there.
Okay. But as far as veterans going to the vet center, you guys don't, like, you're not going to call out the guys with guns to grab a veteran and put him in a straitjacket?
Oh, no. No, sir, no. No.
It's really sad that people have to think about this. It's really sad, especially veterans, because a lot of times, as we know, their psychological or emotional damage or injuries occurred in the course of them protecting our freedoms and stuff. And now, just in order to access the services that they have rightfully earned, they have to think about things like there's not going to be cops there with guns putting me in a straitjacket, right?
Somebody mentioned, because I heard about this through the my disc coordinator, Line Rehab Center.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually, they have somebody from the vet center and programs. They have art classes, guitar classes, and stuff like that. You guys have anything like that at this one?
Yeah, so we have creative expression. It's kind of a group therapy art class. We also have golf as an option where they do golf therapy and folks get together and do that once a week. We have PTSD support groups, and then we're looking to start some equine therapy, which is horse therapy, here soon. So there's a lot of different group options available.
All right. So to get started, I just have to come in and have some kind of...
One day I'll tell y'all my horror story about group therapy, but this video is already going to be too long.
Yep, the first thing to do would be to come by with proof of service, and we'll get you into our system and get you scheduled for an intake if that's what you're interested in.
You guys have a disability coordinator at the facility?
No, we do not have a disability coordinator here. I think that is something that could be accessed through the Veterans Benefits Department.
Now, I don't know if this applies to the VA because a lot of times, like, military rules are different, but I think they're supposed to have a disability coordinator, either like on site or somebody that is directly associated with this center under the ADA. But again, like, once the VA and the military and stuff is involved, they really do be making their own rules, and I'm not familiar with them.
When I say disability coordinator, I mean like a Section 504 coordinator.
Oh, I don't know. I don't believe.
Yeah, he's citing Section 504 of the Americans with Disabilities Act, I think as amended in 2008. And it's ringing a bell. I did take a disability law class. Actually, interesting side note tidbit. When I was in law school at the University of Pennsylvania, I founded the first ever affinity group or like club for law students with disabilities at the law school. So I do have learning disabilities and stuff like that. We don't need to get into all of that. But I did learn a lot about the Americans with Disabilities Act in law school. And I took a lot of these classes about disability rights and disability law. I do remember something about a disability coordinator being required in certain circumstances under the ADA. And this is actually a good refresher because, like I told y'all yesterday, you can learn stuff every single day in law school. And then if you don't use it within a couple years, you kind of lose it. So this is a good reminder that I need to refresh my recollection on my understanding of the ADA.
We have one on site, but I'm sure that the vet centers in our district do have somebody who could assist in that.
Right.
Recording.
Because I have access needs accommodations that will need to be met in order to, like, I can't fill out paperwork because of my vision loss.
Okay.
So I'll need somebody to fill out paperwork.
Okay, so now he's making this lady aware that he will require a reasonable accommodation under the Americans with Disabilities Act. Reasonable accommodations can include many, many things. It does kind of go by a case-by-case basis, but there are some widely accepted reasonable accommodations that are just a given. For example, if you can't fill out papers a reasonable accommodation would be somebody help you fill the papers out. And he is letting her know beforehand he will need that accommodation because of and as a result of a disability classified under the Americans with Disabilities Act. And he's even disclosing what the disability is, which he does not have to do at this point. He could just say, I have a disability which requires someone fill forms out for me. He doesn't necessarily have to say what the disability is at this point, but I'm assuming, it's a moot point because once he gets there, it's going to be obvious anyway what it is. So I don't know. This is just me assuming, but none of this is legal advice.
And things like that. Like, so who do I make those requests to if you don't have a disability coordinator?
We might have one over the district. I just don't know if we have one in office, but if you'd like, I could find out more about that and give you a call back.
Okay, that was a completely unsatisfactory answer. She should know. But at the very least, she's offering to find out for him and not make him go on the wild goose chase.
As far as getting paperwork filled out, our PSA, I'm sure, would be able to assist you with that if you just wanted to get things started.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I could come in and do that. I would probably make other requests for accommodations for a visual interpreter. And
okay.
Once we figure out what
is a visual interpreter?
Ballard, and welcome back to another In Focus Tech Demo. Today's app is pretty cool. Ira is a visual interpreter.
Okay, so a visual interpreter uses a camera or app on the smartphone, and a trained agent will assist by visually interpreting your surroundings, from describing to reading, from explaining to navigating, just about anything safely and securely. That's pretty cool. All right. So he's saying he may need a visual interpreter as one of the accommodations, which does seem reasonable. It seems like that's something that visually impaired and blind people do often use based on my 30 seconds of searching on Google.
kind of appointments would be suitable.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. So would you mind if I got your phone number and I could find out about a disability coordinator and give you a call back?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. What's your phone number? All right, Mike, let me contact my supervisor about a disability coordinator. And
Mike, that's what I'm calling him, unless it's a fake name, but I'm still calling Mike until I otherwise know.
I will give you a call back as soon as I have some more information for you.
Okay, she probably should have known about the disability coordinator. Let me look it up. Okay, so he's calling it a disability coordinator, but I think it's also referred to as an ADA coordinator, Americans with Disabilities Act coordinator. And it does say Title II provisions of the ADA require state and local governments with 50 or more employees to appoint an ADA coordinator. But again, I don't know anything about how that applies to the military and VA centers. A lot of times they just nope themselves right out of all kinds of things. So let me see. Statement of Responsibility of ADA 504. So the Section 504 regulation provides that recipients with 15 or more employees and any public entity with 50 or more employees must designate at least one employee to coordinate compliance with respective regulations. And then you got to list it. So let me see. I wish I knew where he was. District 2. I do wish that I knew what city this was in to see who the coordinator is supposed to be. It's also referred to as a disability access coordinator. There are like request forms on this judicial branch page. I don't know. I'll have to look more into it, but it is a topic and a subject that I am immensely interested in for two reasons. Number one, because it does affect veterans. Number two, because it affects a community of people with disabilities, of which community I am a part.
Thank you.
all right. Yeah, it was great talking with you. Have a good rest of your day.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
A blind veteran visited the vet center on March 7, 2023
Okay, I was wondering when we're going to get to the part where the eyes got stolen.
at around 4 p.m. The veteran uses assistive devices issued to him by the VA Blind Rehab and Prosthetics departments.
Assistive devices is what it sounds like. It's something that you use to assist you with a disability or with a symptom that is caused by your disability. So I'm assuming here the assistive devices are a walking, what's the word for it? I want to use the right words for things. Cane? Cane. Okay. So I'm assuming he uses a cane. Other assistive devices could, of course, be what we mentioned earlier with the interpreting technology and all that.
His assistive devices help him with a number of common tasks from navigation to note-taking. His assistive devices serve as his prosthetic eyes. Within moments of entering the vet center and speaking with the receptionist, a woman
I'm 41 minutes in, and I'm really scared to get to the part where they're about to steal his eyes.
street and told the blind veteran that he could not use his assistive devices there. The woman
Wait, I'm still having a pause.
His assistive devices serve as his prosthetic
His assistive devices serve as his prosthetic eyes. I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm kind of on a learning
eyes.
curve. Within moments of entering the vet center and speaking with the receptionist, a woman came into the lobby from the street and told the blind veteran that he could not use his assistive devices.
The woman from the street ordered the receptionist to close her window and to not help the
Woman from the street ordered the receptionist to close her window and not help him?
veteran. The woman refused to identify herself, but she said she was on the phone with their security.
Well, why'd she do that? What did he do?
The blind veteran sat down in a chair next to the front counter and placed one of his assistive devices on a side table next to him.
Hi. Yeah. I'm trying to find the vet center.
Yes, this is it.
Okay, cool.
How can I help you?
I talked to somebody on the phone earlier about.
Sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Deborah Brender, whoever in the hell, coming in here. Sir, I can already tell by the tone of her voice is about to be her.
We know about you. So.
We know about you. Oh, I can't wait to isolate this video and clear up the picture and zoom in on whatever it is on her phone screen. We know about you.
You're going to have to leave.
You're going to have to leave? He's trying to get counseling, ma'am.
What's that?
Put that away.
Oh, the YouTube guy.
Oh my God, the receptionist said, oh, the YouTube guy. Oh, baby. Wait till the YouTube girl gets on y'all ass.
And I got the people on the phone coming right now.
Wait a second. Hold on. Oh my God. This video is going to be very long. Mike is self-described as visually impaired / blind. He's a veteran and he's trying to access mental health services. And upon just only looking at him, this is going to tell him that he can't access what he's entitled to. Ooh. One of y'all left a comment yesterday. It's haunted me since I read the comment. And I think that's probably why I'm stalling here, because y'all, my cortisol levels. But one of y'all said, oh man, BJ, if you can't handle that lackluster video about the family who just got awarded the $8.2 million, then you are never going to be able to handle the blind justice stuff. And it's like, this video is just from 4 days ago. I'm already so worked up and fired up. This ain't even the one that has like 500,000 views or whatever. Like, now I see why y'all were telling me to try and come and look at this story, because this is preposterous.
People.
Security. So.
For what?
Do you have an
For what?
appointment with me today?
Who are you?
Come on. Let's go.
Why is she talking to him like he's a dog or a puppy?
Call security right now.
For what?
Is this lady with you?
Is that?
Is that who drove you here?
Who are you?
Is that who drove you here?
Who are you?
Seriously, you need to identify yourself, Karen, because as far as I'm concerned, you're a thug off the street who is harassing a disabled veteran. Is that who drove you here? What is this mafia?
I talked to somebody on the phone about getting services here. Did I talk to you or did I talk to somebody else? Hello?
Wait till I get through with these people.
I'm fine. We have a veteran who's not paying attention right now. Can you send one of our security officers over here at the vet center?
Hello?
Sir, you have to come out right now because she's got to close
No, he doesn't.
up.
What's that?
Come out here, please.
Who are you?
Come out here, please.
Who are you?
Right now.
About to be fired.
Come on out.
Who are you?
Yeah, I'm not following orders from some unidentified Brenda in the middle of the damn room. I'm here to get my services.
Come on. I'm the counselor here.
What is your name?
not allowed to record us.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Do not make me fly to North Carolina.
Oh, Jesus. I'm here for services.
The lady on the phone with security walked across the lobby and stole the blind veteran's prosthetic eyes, then walked out of the building.
Oh, I get it. Okay, this whole time I was thinking, I'm so dumb. I was like, how did she steal his eyes? Like, if he had them in, maybe he had them in a case. I get it now. The prosthetic eyes is the camera because he uses the camera as an assistive device. The prosthetic eyes is the camera. I mean, it is bad. It's not like it's, oh, that's okay. It's horrible. If that's what he uses to get around, that's like, I mean, you can't steal somebody's assistive device, period. But I thought she had stolen, like,
He's a white man with a beard, sunglasses.
all this for what? For what? Why? I mean, I know there's obviously a history and they obviously have heard of him, but you can't deny someone's services because you've heard of them. You can absolutely not, especially whenever it's like these life-saving types of services, like literally PTSD counseling and mental health care and treatment. What is wrong with this lady? She better get fired. I will certainly be filing complaints and redressing my grievances or whatever it's called peacefully, starting with making these videos, starting with looking into maybe how they spending their money. But I don't know. Who knows what I'll do, but it'll be peaceful. It'll be legal, and there ain't a goddamn thing they're going to be able to do about it. What is she saying over there?
Khaki slips and flip-flops. Thanks.
Did you just grab my equipment? Hey, that's Steph.
Khaki.
Give me my...
Khaki shorts and pants. Yeah. Hi. Are you
The next time I do one of these, it's going to have to be live. I can't do this by myself.
with him? I took the camera. He's not allowed to be recorded. Nope, off the desk. In my establishment. Are you with him? Yes. September since?
Gotta look her up right now. September. No, that's not her. Wait till I find all her damn property records. Her name is September Sims? That's really her name? Can't be. It is her name. She really did steal his ability to navigate. Well, if she's a licensed counselor, I would like to make a report on her license because she's supposed to be helping people with mental health and she's terrorizing them instead.
Yes. And I've got his device right now. Avenue.
Give me my...
As far as I'm concerned, that is larceny.
Give me my equipment.
Let me look up the North Carolina larceny statute because I'll be calling the police. Make them do something for once. How are you going to walk up to a blind man and steal his camera that he uses to see with? The crime of larceny is a felony. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, this woman is participating in criminal activity, in my opinion. In my opinion, Summer Sims is a criminal, in my opinion. You're innocent until proven guilty in the United States of America, but she ain't following the United States of America rules either. She's sitting here breaking the laws. She's literally stole property from a blind person, and the property is the way that they navigate the world.
Just Steph, you just stole my equipment. Give me my equipment.
She did. She stole it.
The same lady later claimed she was a counselor at the vet center and that she called the police. The blind veteran demanded she return his equipment that she stole.
Give me my equipment.
I think it's Michael. What is your last name, sir?
What is your name?
My name's September. What's your
September
name?
what?
None of your business. Come on.
Okay. I don't know that you work here.
This crazy bitch is saying, what's your whole name? You have to listen to me. You have to follow my orders, even though I just stole your assistive device. And my last name is none of your business. We are in the open air prison.
You just walked in and stole my equipment.
So, I don't know if he's recording us.
If it was not 7:25 a.m., I'll be on the phone right now. Actually, I'm going to record myself calling.
Or not. If you come out, I'll give it to you, sir.
No, you stole
Yes,
it from
sir.
me.
How is he going to come out if you're holding his eyes?
Give it to me.
The lady, later identified as September Sims, continuously refused to return the blind veteran's prosthetic eyes.
Give me my equipment, ma'am.
I don't think that's,
Gentlemen,
honestly, I don't think that's her real name because nothing shows up for it when I'm searching it. And y'all know I could search some stuff.
Can you just hand him his equipment? If you guys leave my building, I can do whatever.
If you guys leave my building, and this is how these tyrants act. Do you pay the rent on that building? No. Do you own it? No. In fact, I'm going to look up who owns this building. Mike, reach out to me at my email address. Tell me what VA this is, or just tell me the address. I will not share it publicly because of the privacy of the veterans who need to get services there, which I don't know if they're even giving people services there or if they're just using it as a damn open air prison holding cell to steal from y'all. But tell me what the address is. I'm going to be looking into it and who owns it. And I promise you it ain't going to be September motherfucking Sims. I promise you it's not going to be her. If you leave my building, which you have more of a right to be in than me, then I'll give you back your way to navigate through the world. What?
It's not your building.
It is. It's Veterans Saturday.
Right. This is government property. I'm a veteran. I'm here for services. Give me my equipment.
You hear what's going on, so I'll just let you know what happened.
She still has my equipment. She has stolen my equipment.
She has. She has stolen it. It's larceny, in my opinion.
Give it back.
Go in my office then.
I'm filing a police report if I have to.
Give me my equipment. Ma'am. Return the property that you've stolen, ma'am. Who? You have to identify yourself to me. You just walked in off the street behind me and then stole my equipment. I came here for services. I came to the window.
And you don't tell me your name.
Because how am I supposed to know that you work here?
I have my ID card.
Then give me my equipment, okay?
You have your ID card and you stole the way that he would read it. You stole the way that he could even read your ID card, you dense bitch.
Let me record your ID card. Give me my equipment.
No, sir. I'm not.
Okay, so you've stolen my equipment.
Y'all, we have to do something about this. And I mean it peacefully and legally and all that. But this cannot stand.
It's right weird. Right weird.
How do you just walk up to someone and steal something from them? And you know what? She did do that because he is blind. She wouldn't have walked up and took my phone. No, the hell she would not. Why? Because I could see her easily and whatever, chase her down, grab it back. She stole his phone because he is blind. She's targeting him because he's using these assistive devices. And I think it's a huge civil rights lawsuit waiting to happen if this place doesn't get rid of September Sims. Such NPCs that their last names are even Sims.
Eventually, police show up and recover and return the stolen property to the blind veteran.
Right?
Hello.
Hi, I'm Officer Howell, police.
Okay. This lady just stole my equipment, and I would like it returned.
Okay, okay, so this is your equipment, the phone on your stand?
I had a phone and a stand right here. She took it from me, and she's been refusing to return it to me.
Okay, there's that right
Okay.
there.
What a bitch. She took it from him and set it across the room knowing that he couldn't see it. What has to happen to a person in their life to put them in a place where they could do something like that? How much programming, violence, cruelty does someone have to be exposed to take you from human nature, which is to kind of all be in a big community and a collective consciousness and helping each other and all of that, to stealing a blind person's assistive device and putting it across the room, refusing to give it to them, and knowing that they're not going to be able to see it? What has to happen to a person for them to be that in the head? Whatever it is, She should be disqualified from working with the public. She should be doing something that's not in any way helping people with disabilities. That's for damn sure. This is one of the worst things I've seen in a while. And I know that this is probably not even the worst. I'm sure the videos that have all those hundreds, thousands of views are like much worse, and I will watch them. But like, how do I continue to be mind blown? I don't know. I have no idea. But the cruelty and the level of depravity that I see demonstrated by humanity on a daily basis is making me want to get back in my spaceship and zoom the out of here, because they do not know how to act in this place.
For you?
All right. I would like to place charges for larceny.
Thank you.
September.
Thank you.
Who are you?
I am the vet counselor.
Okay.
The vet counselor, and it's her building if you didn't hear.
Counselor September Sims confessed to the police officer that she did in fact take the veteran's prosthetic eyes. When the officer questioned her as to why, September said that she didn't allow the use of his assistive devices at the vet center.
Well, it's not really up to her.
4 police officers responded to the call, including a sergeant. The sergeant could not confirm if the PD.
All right, let me FOIA request that. Memorandum, VA police. You're requesting that.
He has a letter of agreement between the VA Police/Federal Protective Services and the PD for concurrent jurisdiction thereon.
Tell you what, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, whoever has done research and work on this case already, if you want to be part of the investigation squad for this particular case, email me at thatsurprisewitness@gmail.com. I would like to get whatever y'all have already gathered already to get up to speed, and maybe I would like some assistance with making some of these requests, because this is something I want to expedite.
Federal property at the vet center.
Yes.
Do you guys have a written agreement with the federal government to have jurisdiction on this property?
I don't have that information.
So it seems like the VA is federally administered and funded. I told y'all I do not know anything about the VA. I really don't know about how this stuff works. But it seems like it's federal jurisdiction. And you know how like when Sean Reyes goes to the post office, they're like federally administered and the federal rules apply. They have to enter into memorandums of understanding with the local police in order to have any jurisdiction there. And so Mike really seems to understand how this all works. So thank God, because I sure don't. But he's asking, do y'all even have one of those? Do you even have jurisdiction here, basically?
For you. Right now, I'm going to step outside and call my sergeant and let him know what's going on, and we'll get you updated. So you want
That's the right answer. I really don't know. I'm calling the sergeant.
to know if we have a written agreement, jurisdiction over this?
Right, because your department has to have a written agreement with the Veterans Affairs in order to have jurisdiction, because even though this is like it's leased by the federal government, so this, in order to have jurisdiction for law enforcement, it's going to be FPS or the Veteran Police Services, unless you guys have a written agreement with those departments that you can operate in here.
Okay, yeah, I'll find that information. I'm sure the reason that we got called is because we do, but I will just make sure,
No, the reason y'all got called is because September don't know how the hell to damn act. That's why y'all got called. She just called 911. You cannot just assume because September, an unhinged, depraved, deranged lunatic with absolutely no empathy for her fellow human, called y'all, that somehow that was the correct thing to do. No, you cannot make that assumption, but that is good. Thank you. Call the sergeant. Gonna get the sergeant on the scene, which I think is the appropriate move here. I will say, as from like an auditing perspective, so far, the police officer, I haven't seen her do anything wrong. She returned the device to him. She questioned September as to why in the hell on God's green earth she would have took that in the first place. And now she don't know the answers to stuff. So she's going to call in her sergeant because she really don't know. She seems to be being pretty pleasant. So let's see how this progresses.
so we have everything covered, okay?
Okay, and your name again? I'm sorry.
Officer Havlicek.
Havlicek.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Give me 1 second.
Do you know?
They're back. They're back in this office. Yeah.
This poor man. Imagine you are a veteran who, I don't know what services Mike was here to get today, but it is a mental health treatment center. Like just imagine you are a veteran, you have PTSD or some other type of mental health thing. You're trying to get a little help, trying to get a little service. Not only are you not getting any services at all whatsoever, but the person who is in charge of administering those services, an actual counselor, someone you might actually end up getting the services from, is calling the police on you for existing and stealing your way to navigate the world from you and not giving it back. Just imagine. This is how we're treating our veterans. It's a rhetorical question. I know it is. It's disgusting. It's depraved. It's deranged, and it's unacceptable.
I heard them mention trespass. So, are you an officer as well?
I am an officer as well.
Okay. Can you identify, please?
My name is Sergeant Hamilton at the Police Department.
Okay, so far, I do not like his tone. I do not like his attitude, Mr. Sergeant.
Okay. So, are you familiar with implied consent when it Okay. So, I have not done anything to revoke my implied consent to be here. I'm here for services. I'm a veteran trying to get services. And
smart. Wow. Mike really knows the law. Okay, so he's talking about a legal doctrine referred to as implied consent. When there's a facility that is generally open to the public or open to a group of people of which you are a member, then you have certain levels of access to that building. So, for example, if you have a business that's open to the public for people to come in and shop, there is implied consent on the part of the owner of the business that a person from the public is allowed to be in the building. So, for example, if a store owner has a store and somebody walks in the store owner can't just call the police and say, okay, there's someone in here, they're trespassing. It's not the same thing as like a private residence where if somebody's in your house and they're not supposed to be and you didn't invite them there and all that, like you can just call and they're trespassing, you just call the police. But buildings that are open to the public or facilities that are open to a wide group of people like veterans, for example, or veterans and their families and anybody who has this D card thing, whatever, you have to do something that would make the consent for you to be there revoked in order to be trespassed. So you have to act a damn fool. Usually you have to commit some other type of crime or something criminal adjacent, like disturbing the peace. And you have to really be doing that in order for them to even have you removed. So he's so smart and he's so educated on this issue. Mike says, I haven't done anything like act a damn fool, like disturb the peace to make them revoke their consent for me to be here. They can't just decide I'm not allowed here without some reason.
One of the people that claims to be an employee here stole my equipment.
Yep.
So,
I'm aware of that.
All right. So
that was another mistake that you made, Mr. Hotchkins, or whatever your damn name is, because now he really can go ahead and say, well, the police admitted that they knew that she stole his equipment and they're not pressing charges.
The only thing that I know that is a legal issue where a crime was committed would be that lady stealing my equipment.
Did she tell you to leave?
No, she actually didn't. Actually, maybe she did. She said you have to leave and you have to get out of here or something like that. She might have told him to leave, but I don't care if she told him to leave. She had no reason to tell him to leave. She literally profiled him based on what he was wearing and based on his disability. And this cop better start acting right or he's going to be included in the civil rights lawsuit. We need to get the civil rights lawyer on this.
Even if she did tell me to leave,
you would have to leave.
No, because I didn't do anything.
No, wrong. Somebody please send me the name of this city.
Revoke implied consent.
Doesn't matter if you do it.
Does matter, you bumpkin.
Anything. It's a business, and if a business...
It's not... It makes me want to eject myself. One would think at minimum the police wouldn't be tyrants to veterans, but no. The open air prison guard has now determined that the Veterans Counseling Center is a business, just some private business that some private guy owns or whatever. It's just some private. No, it isn't.
There's a difference. And that's what I was just telling this officer. There is a difference between private property, public property, and quasi-public property. And there's settled case law on this.
Well settled.
Since this is public property, there's implied consent for the public to be here.
Whew.
Right? You have to do...
I'd give him a bar exam right now. He could pass it.
Something that rises to a criminal offense or a disruption of the business in order to revoke implied consent for them to trespass. If that doesn't, since that's not here...
Chief, it's a public business, and if they request for you to be trespassed, you can be trespassed.
Well, that's not what the case law says. And if you guys do that, you'll be... violating my rights.
Well, they're going to be closed at 4:30, and you'll be issued a trespass warning as you walk out.
Well, at 4:30, at 4:30, I'll leave.
And if you return, then you're going to be arrested.
without confirming they had jurisdiction, and instead of arresting or citing September Sims for her hate crime, the officers issued the blind veteran a trespass warning. The veteran pointed out the lack of jurisdiction along with the fact that he has implied consent to be on the property and asked for services as it is public property and was during business hours. The veteran explained that a public entity/manager over public property cannot revoke a person's implied consent to be on public property unless that person has either committed a crime or
So basically what I just described to y'all, he described it to the cop.
Disrupted the business. The sergeant stated that it didn't matter and that when they get a call to trespass someone, they do it.
Somebody please tell me what city this is. I have got to start making some reports.
Regardless of the legality. The first officer on scene, Havlicek,
They're just following orders, just like they did in the concentration camps. Just like they did there. They just following orders. They don't use their critical think. They do not activate the frontal lobe. They do not activate the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is nowhere to be found, nowhere to be seen, being consulted by these tyrants.
after questioning September, claimed that the veteran argued with her, and that disrupted the business.
All right, so I just need to get some information from you.
No.
If you'd like to come step outside and get all
I would do neither of those two things.
of the basic information as well as your cell phone
Okay.
information.
Are they refusing me service? Is that what's going on?
Well, the office is closed and you're being trespassed from the building.
Being trespassed?
Yes, sir.
You mean you're giving me a warning of trespass?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, then if you give me a warning, then I'll leave.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You've been trespassed. If you come back, you...
And what's the basis of this? Because like I told the other officers, do you understand implied consent with regards to trespass? That this is public property, and it's different than private property or quasi-public property. Do you understand the difference?
No, this bumpkin don't understand the difference. She's just ready to go play her video games whenever she clocks out.
The owner is requesting that you be trespassed from...
There is no, he's the owner. He's the owner. The owner. These people are so stupid. These people are more stupid than I can't even imagine being this stupid. Let me say a prayer to Jesus. I ain't even Christian. Jesus, Lord in heaven, thank you for giving me the intellect to not have to navigate the world and be this stupid. The owner of the business, let me see the rent payment that Summer Sims or September of the whatever in the hell Karen pay. Let me see the rent because she ain't the owner. She ain't the owner. She ain't the owner.
Property, therefore I am trespassing you from the property.
There is
honestly, I can't do this. I couldn't do this. I would be done. I would have committed a crime. I would have given them reason to put me in jail. Equanimity would have been out the damn window. It would have been equanimity, fair game on this woman.
settled case law. I'm just making sure that you know that you're on notice, right? So you don't lose your qualified immunity, okay? Because this is public property. It's business hours. You have to, in order to lose implied consent, you have to do something that...
Somebody please tell me the name of this damn department. Please, for the love of God, I have some things to say.
Rises to a disruption of the business or a criminal act in order to lose implied consent. I haven't done that. The only criminal act was committed against me.
Period.
So since I haven't done that, you guys, they can't trespass me under the federal law.
I think we should all file police reports because now we've seen evidence of a crime, a hate crime, really. I mean, I don't really like to throw around the word hate crime, but like he was specifically targeted because he was using assistive devices. Like it's pretty cut and dry.
Under the law. Just so you know, if you want to issue that trespass warning, that will be a violation of my rights. So you're on notice.
Please step outside.
Okay. All right.
All right. So because of the arguing, that is disrupting their business. Okay?
Because of your arguing. He didn't even raise his damn voice. I would give them a reason to trespass me. The taxpayers would be paying for some after I left that day.
The arguing was after somebody stole my equipment.
And instead of arguing with them, you could have called us, which you are fully capable
How?
of doing.
She stole my phone.
You have a wife.
What time does this thing open? I honestly, this is absolutely preposterous. You have a wife. 8:30.
She's got a phone right
She
there.
has her cell phone. She's recording us right now.
She called and she called. No. You don't get to turn her criminal act into me arguing.
We are going to take care of that just as well as we would take care of it if it...
And y'all better be told. Let me tell you one thing right the now, have low check. Y'all better. You better be taking care of the stolen property from the blind veteran accordingly. And if y'all don't, you're going to get damn buried.
Were swapped. But as of right now, you are addressing with me that you cannot be trespassed because you didn't commit anything such.
Correct.
You cannot be trespassed for arguing, period. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot. And if you do, you are violating his rights.
Arguing with her and vice versa.
I would give her I don't think I would go home alone this day. I don't. This is why I can't do this type of stuff. This is why I can't do it.
Is causing a disruption of the business. Therefore, you are being trespassed.
How specifically was the disruption of the business?
It wasn't one damn person in there. There was no business to disrupt.
Hold on. Into it with you.
I'm not going to get into it with you, but I am going to take your rights. Look at her. Just look at that. Look at her face she's making right now. Cortisol levels through the roof, inflamed as could possibly be.
I am the law enforcement officer.
I am the law enforcement officer.
Facts are important.
Doing my job.
Hold on. Let's get the facts straight. Let's get the facts straight.
No.
It makes me want to put my head through this desk.
Yeah, no, that's not. You don't want. Hold on. You don't want to get the facts straight.
You're currently being disruptive, even though you weren't the one who called us here. You were showing up trying to get services for your mental health condition. And now we're going to gaslight you, who served this country and who earned these services, into saying that somehow you getting your way to navigate the world stolen from you. It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
You don't. Hold on. Do you want to get the facts straight?
I'm about to fly to this damn place myself.
You give me the information that I need from you.
Do you want to get the facts straight?
Should we have a protest? Should we have a protest outside this police department?
Veteran pointed out that September was the only one who committed a crime and who disrupted the business by ordering the receptionist to close down. The blind veteran offered to show the officers video evidence he recorded of the
I'll be requesting all this. I'll be requesting the incident report. I'll be requesting the body camera footage. All I need is somebody to tell me where's the department and where's the address.
Event with his prosthetic eyes. The officers did not review the evidence and instead trespassed the blind veteran from the vet center.
I did nothing to disrupt business.
Nope. Wow. Imagine trying to go and get treatment for your PTSD or whatever it is, and this happens. Officer Pork Chop and Officer Video Game write you a ticket.
Denied service. They disrupted their own business because of whatever discrimination, right? Whether it be because
I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. This ain't gonna be allowed to stand under my watch.
Of First Amendment activities and posting to a news channel, or whether it be because of my inability to see, right? Both of those are discriminatory.
Period.
Right? And so that's the disruption. It was on the, what's her name, September, and the other ladies. I didn't do anything to disrupt. I was a victim and I said, hey, stop giving my things back. So that can't be me disrupting the business when they disrupted the business.
Y'all better drop this motherfucking ticket so fast. Y'all better drop it.
I understand where you're coming from.
No, you don't.
But the way our stuff works is if we are asked to have somebody trespass from
we're just following orders, just like the Nazis at the camps.
Their property, we are doing it. That's just
y'all don't ask who actually owns the property. You don't ask if you have jurisdiction. You don't ask maybe can I see the video of what happened, since there's many camera angles of recordings at this point? No. Your wife could have called.
How it works.
Regardless of the law and what the case law says on it.
She needs to be fired too. Look how inflamed she is. She's red as a beet. It's Officer Pork Chop back here. He ain't even doing anything, but probably because he knows what they're doing is wrong. He don't want to get sued.
What we have to do.
But you don't.
No, you said it right the first time. It's what you're doing. It's definitely not what you have to do.
You swore an oath to the Constitution, right?
Okay. This. I don't want to argue with you about.
I bet you don't, girl. I don't want to argue with it about you. I just want to write you this ticket, violate your rights, discriminate against you, and send you on your way. Because I would rather violate somebody's rights than do the right thing. And that's how the prison guards in the open air prison be acting.
I understand what you're saying.
They're literally no different at all whatsoever than the operating the camps. They just follow orders.
But I am telling you what I have the capability of doing. And
ooh, that's your ass, girl. Ooh, y'all are all gonna wish y'all didn't handle this way.
And what I have been given, okay?
The veteran is pursuing legal action.
Good.
Against the vet center, its employees, and the police department.
So this seems like a completely unrelated thing to some of the other discrimination that this veteran has faced. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Y'all point me in the direction of exactly which playlist or which videos I should start on as far as trying to get together like what's really going on in this story. There's just so many videos. I'm a little overwhelmed. I don't exactly know where to start. Specifically, I would like to know which videos to watch that I can actually do something about. I want to watch the videos first that are like, okay, there's a pending court case, or, you know, they need help investigating a certain thing or something like that. Like, you know, do y'all know what I mean? I want to spend the time in the wisest, most efficient way at this point. But I'll tell you one thing, come 35 minutes from now and be on the phone with these people. Yes, I will. September Sims. And by the time I post this, it's probably going to be this afternoon. So by the time I post this, I probably would have already called them. Maybe I'll record myself calling them. If not, I'll just have to do it on a separate video. But oh, I'm mad. But I already know that this isn't the worst of it. And it's probably much worse in other videos. That's why I need y'all to point me in the direction of like which ones to watch next or whatever. That's all I really had for today for this video for right now. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation. Love you, mean it. Okay, bye.